Hey guys, Sam. I'm an engineer at Spruce. And yeah, giving humans powers in the metaverse, authentication, authorization, and capabilities. I hope you guys all came here for my clickbaity title. And yeah, let's dive in. I'm gonna, I guess, just high level, gonna talk about authentication, authorization, and capabilities, and then just ways that this could be used in the future. So kind of defining some stuff. First, authentication. So authentication is the process of verifying a person or entity is who they claim to be. Um, so sometimes it's shortened to authn, and its authentication is usually uses either something you know, like a password, something you have, like your mobile device or a YubiKey, or something you are, like your fingerprint, like face scan, just biometrics in general, or a combination of these. So some common authentication examples including like signing in with your username and password. If you're getting a license issued to you, maybe you're providing documents to say, hey, this is my social, this is my birth certificate. I'm authenticating who I am, I'm proving who I am. Another example is if you're maybe buying alcohol at a bar. You give your ID, they authenticate you. They look at the face on the ID, they look at the face in front of them, and they're like, all right, it's you. Another example, something that we like to do at Spruce, is to sign a message to prove that you're in control of the private keys that are associated with the public key. So at Spruce, we've made sign with Ethereum. So sign with Ethereum lets you authenticate using your Ethereum keys. By signing a message, you prove that you have control over the private keys. You can connect to a website and say, hey, it's me, vitalik.eth. And then you like, okay, sign please, and you actually don't have those keys. So it's just like a typing in a password. You're just proving that you actually have something. And the CVE is a spec that allows wallets to have like a special view where it's like, oh, you're signing in. You're not signing some weird transactions that's going to drain your wallet. So next, after authentication, proving who you are, is authorization. So authorization is the process of like giving access to a privilege or a resource. So what does that mean? So basically, you're getting permission to be able to do something. You need to know who it is that's asking for this permission. Authorization is sometimes shortened to authz. And then, yeah, so authorization determines what you're able to do within the system. So some examples include like if you're giving permission to an application to access, or like your Google Drive, right? It's like, hey, this thing can access my Google Drive. I'm hit allow, and then that resource can like go to Google and say, hey, I want to access this file on Google Drive. I've been authorized by Sam. Another example authorization is like, again, improving your, and wanting to buy something like alcohol, you're giving your ID, so you're authenticating yourself, but then they're checking to see if your age is over a certain threshold to see if you're authorized to consume alcohol, right? So this is kind of just simple example. In Discord, maybe you can join Discord and you click some stuff, you capture it so you can see the announcements channels, you're authorized to see it, but maybe a moderator is authorized to post there. And another example is maybe being able, for adapt, being able to take actions on behalf of a user. This is something that we, again, are pioneering at Spruce with the EIP we're working on called recaps. It's a special type of sign with Ethereum message that allows users to grant permission to adapt to be able to do things on their behalf. Recaps let users know what they're signing by giving them like a human readable statement so that they can say, oh, that's what this message is. So on one side we have a recap. On the other side we have like the resources at the very bottom are machine readable. It's base64 encoded. It actually has this middle capability object and it's translated to this statement below, whereas I authorize the stated URI to perform following actions on my behalf for Kepler to read for any blah, blah, blah. So I'm giving permission to DApp to be able to access, let's say, append and delete for my resource one. Maybe append and delete for the DApp folder files. DApp can store its DApp stuff, and then maybe it can append stuff or like read maybe another folder. So as a user, I'm like saying, hey, you DApp can access this. So this is a way we can do authorization like with the DApp. The last part of this is capabilities. So capabilities are like a communicable, unforgeable token of authority. You basically, if you're authorized to do something, how do you actually do that? So capability is like a hall pass, right? Your teacher gives you a hall pass so you can walk in the hallway. Someone stops you, you give them the hall pass. They look at it, they're like, oh yeah, it's the right paper, it has a signature. So it's that object is the capability. What do they look like? I'm gonna skip this slide for time. Capabilities can look like different things. They can look like a JSON web token in JWT. That's kind of what this is in the corner, right? You have a header, payload, signature. And then they can be formatted in a particular way. So there's stuff like UCANs and cacaos, which I'm not going to get into, it's lightning talk. But if you are really interested in this and building these standards and understanding how they're used, the CASA, the Chain Agnostic Standards Alliance, is a great place to learn about this. So all that stuff's cool, right? But how do you actually use it in the metaverse? Like, so what is the metaverse? How are we going to define it? Because it's really kind of this undefined thing. It's just a version of the internet that's immersive, interactive, and three-dimensional. It's kind of combining our digital world and overlaying with our physical world through technology. So interconnected, digital, and physical. So what does that look like? So you, imagine. I'm kidding. So I guess it could look like you could maybe be a part of a network state or have like certain token or part of a DAO that has both like digital places and physical places. And how do you, for one, access these places, right? Maybe you can, if you're able to authenticate who you are, to access maybe data about, let's say the physical world, right? Like maybe there's some overlay you can wear in your AR glasses that you can only access if you have the right permissions, let's say you hold this token. Now you can see, oh, this door is lit up, like I can go access it, and you go to maybe provide a token or some kind. That needs to be, all of this needs to be authenticated. You need to know who you are, you need to know what you're authorized to do, and ultimately you need to be able to convey these capabilities. So these are really like core building blocks in digital identity and just digital interactions that extend like beyond what we do today and into the future. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope you learned something.